Okay, let's do the multiple choice questions for Cambridge IGCSE. This is summer 2018 question paper 11. Ready? Hey, if you like my videos, you can, down there somewhere, you can subscribe, and down here you can leave a comment. You can also ask a question. Pretty much any question, but preferably something about economics. Here's number one. The Norwegian government chooses to spend the profits from oil on stocks, bonds, and property. Probably a good idea. The possibility of improving domestic infrastructure, therefore, was not taken. Oh, that sounds like opportunity cost. So which economic concept does this best illustrate? There's nothing about cost of production. Well, there's always finite resources, but, oh, well, maybe finite resources, but this is more about opportunity cost. Finite resources is part of the, the basic economic problem. Is it about the production possibility frontier? No, I don't see any movement of the curve. Finite resources, well, the possibility of improving domestic infrastructure, for example, was not taken. That's an alternative to investing in stocks, bonds, and property. So that's opportunity cost. The answer for one must be C. Number two, let's see, what would be classified by an economist as the factor of production known as land? Let's look for land. A is a discovery of oil in the South China Sea. Well, that's land. Land is land and everything that comes from it. So that includes oil, steel, fruit, vegetables. The answer is A. Let's see. An oil rig bought by an oil company is capital. Money is money. Money is not a factor of production. In finance, money is capital, as I've said before, but it's not a factor of production. And the productivity of oil workers are a factor of production, but the productivity of oil workers is not a factor of production. So, the answer must be A. Question 3. What is the cause of the economic problem facing all countries? Oh, well, this looks like our basic economic problem question. So I'm scanning for these words. Unlimited wants in relation to limited resources. This is not the economic problem. This is an economic problem. But I don't know, can we really make everyone's income equal and wealth equal? I don't think so. Significant quantities of unemployed resources. But the question is, what is the cause of the economic problem facing all countries? And we know the cause of economic problems facing all countries is unlimited wants and limited resources. So the answer is D for 3. Which activity takes place in the tertiary sector? Not A, this is manufacturing. Yes, B. B is giving legal advice, and that's a service. That's considered to be part of the tertiary sector. Harvesting grain is the primary sector, and making bread, I think, is the secondary sector. So the answer for B, let's make sure, tertiary, the answer for A must be B. Now, let's see what we have for number 5. Number 5 in the diagram. Interesting. Let's see. And they'll say, what is the reason for the movement in price Sometimes I read the last part first. That doesn't really help. This helps. Suppliers have set the price of a product at PS. That's here. That's less than equilibrium. Economic theory predicts that the equilibrium price of the product will rise to PE. So why? What is the reason for equals why? Let's see. Demand for the product will increase. That's an interesting answer. But, according to our, basic Cambridge economics, if you say demand for the product increased, and if you say demand for something increased, I think that means you shifted the demand curve, and the demand curve did not move. So I like A, but let's see if we can find a better answer. 5B. No more of the product can be supplied. Well, more of the product can be supplied at a higher price. So not B. C. Some consumers are willing to pay higher prices. Yes, equilibrium is at a higher price than PS. So it's true that some, actually many, consumers are willing to pay a higher price. So that's why the market will move back to equilibrium. And, so you would say that the quantity demanded would decrease and the quantity supplied would increase. So that's 5.